Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of the Family Chit Chat. I'm so glad you're joining me today, and I want to start off our discussion with a question. When you are asked a tough question, a question that you don't know the answer to, where do you go to get some wisdom? Where do you go to find the answers to that question? I want you to think about that and actually discuss that with your friends and family with you today in a minute. But I also want you to read this story and answer these few questions, because there was a guy, a king actually, who was asked a very tough question, and he didn't know the answer right then. So he went and asked some of his friends what to do. I want you to see what the friends said and what the king then said about that. All right, so pause the video right now. When you're done, press play. Okay, so the king was asked a huge question. The people of Israel came to him and said, hey, please, lighten the load that your father, the king before you, had given us, and we will follow you wholeheartedly. We will serve you and do whatever you ask us to do. So he had a really tough question to answer, and his friends told him, why don't you add on to their load and not lighten it? Don't listen to them, the Israelites. Do what we tell you to do. And where did that get the king? It got him in bigger trouble, because the Israelites were frustrated. Not only did they go to him and ask them for leniency and say, please help us out. If you help us out, we're going to definitely serve you. But then the Israelites went back and selected another king to follow. And because of that, the king's kingdom was divided in half. You had the Israelites here, and you had a group of other people serving this king. And so it wasn't a united kingdom, it was a divided kingdom. All because the king went to friends who were not wise. And that's what the bottom line is today. If you want to be wise, hang out with wise people. I want to encourage you today that in every decision that you make, every situation that you find yourself that you don't know the answers to, choose wise people to go and get the answers to. Because the decisions that you make do not just affect you, but it affects a lot of other people. So just like Solomon, who asked God for wisdom last week, to ask wise people and to ask God what the answer should be, or how you should respond to these questions that you don't know the answers to. Again, if you want to be wise, you have to hang out with wise people. And also you need to get the instructions and the teachings from Jesus and from God. And it kind of ties into our memory verse for the month. It's Proverbs 8:10. Choose my teaching instead of silver. Choose knowledge rather than fine gold. God wants to give us wisdom and discernment to help us answer all the tough questions that we're going to encounter in life. And so the way that we can do that is to hang out with wise people and to get that wisdom from God. So I want to encourage you to hang out with some wise people, get wisdom from God, and to live each and every day asking Him, God, how should I respond to these circumstances and these situations? All right, everyone, that's all I got for you today. I hope you have a great rest of the week, and I'll see you next week.